tooth fall out. And Mom was at work and Dad was fishing, and we were all in the front bedroom at the Fairview house because Doug said, "Oh, I'm so tired, and I think you guys are tired too. Let's all go lay down." So Barb and I think you too, and Doug and I went in and we all laid down, and Doug said, "Oh, I have to go to the bathroom." So we ran out, and we had taken my tooth when it fell out. He said, "We gotta put it up on top of the fridge so that we can show Mom when she gets home."
Oh, yeah.
And he had to go to the bathroom, and then when he came back, and we were all laying there, and then, we were all fidgeting because we weren't tired anymore. And went out, and he said, "Well, I hear something." Oh, before we went out, he was like, "I hear something out there. I hear something." Puts his ear like this. "Yeah, all right, let's go check it out." And then we went out, and he took the cup off the tooth, and the tooth was gone, and there was a whole bunch of pennies there, and he said, "She came already." So he was my tooth fairy, but I didn't know that for years.
We used to have a lot more change than that in the couch, you know.
I know. Now that it's this many years later, I'd like to know who was my competition for those frozen marshmallow covered, or chocolate covered marshmallow eggs in the freezer. Somebody else was eating them besides me.
I traded.
Joe turned his head first.
No, I was guilty of taking Dana's Nestle bars off the top of the refrigerator.
Excuse me, Tina.
Did you know that, Dale?
Coming out
I was saying, no, I didn't, but I had chocolate all over my face.
Street.
What do I do with this?
And back in the Catholic school days, the girls would wear red boots and the boys would wear black.
Oh, yeah.
She did not have enough black boots, so she made me wear red boots.
Oh, you look
I wore
Is that what
them to school. I get there early, and you're not gonna classify me as a girl. I get them into the cloak closet and put the boots in there. At the end of the day, it's time to go home. The nun comes. Get your stuff, kids. Everybody gets dressed. The nun walks in to make sure all the clothes are gone. There's a pair of red boots. She pulls the red boots out and she says, "What girl forgot to put her red boots on?" Which I shrink a little lower in the seat because I don't have any boots on. And it never dawned on her to look for a guy. I want to know who doesn't have their red boots. All the girls stand up, and all the girls stood up and all had red boots. And the nun was very
Mom,
perplexed.
your business.
St. Patrick's School was wrecked with a wrecking ball one day. There was a pair of red boots in the closet.
Still in there, huh?
That's cute.
So she not only paints her kids and slaps their bare butt, she makes them wear girls' boots. Go to jail for that today.
We were minus
Didn't do it on
two pair of
purpose.
red boots because Audrey left us set in a snow pile down by the across from the hospital parking lot.
Brand new one.
Yes,
Oh, boy.
that we got into that pile, but they came off. And did you
Very
walk
cold.
home in
You carried her home.
socks,
She only had
cold
one
feet?
boot.
Yep.
And a barefoot.
Okay, Mary, your turn.
Well, firstly, I needed to say to Colleen, I know it wasn't me who took the Easter candy because I traded all of my candy, all the chocolate, for black jelly beans. And I took everybody's black jelly beans. That way, if I saw anybody with a black jelly bean,
You knew it was yours.
it was mine, and you had to give it back.
And we all had the
You
same
knew I
number of
wouldn't
black
take it,
jelly
'cause I've always
beans.
hated black
I know, but
jelly
it really
beans.
worked for me.
Did you like black jelly beans?
Not really.
Not really, but they were mine.
I didn't like turkey necks either, but Danny did.
So
we fought over it.
Just because, right?
To this day, Danny still eats a turkey neck. I don't.
What?
Turkey neck.
I
You don't
said-
even like them.
I said, you always like the turkey necks, and so we fought over him. I said, to this day, you'll still eat turkey necks. I don't. I was
She accused me one time of being bad as a kid, and I said, I was a perfect kid. And she said, "Ha! All of my kids did something wrong." I said, "I was a perfect kid.
Who was the
I was
boy?
So she said, all of them did something wrong." I said, "You name me one thing I did wrong, ever."
Okay, hold it. I wanna hear from her.
She says, wait a minute, I'm gonna
wrong.
think of
He's gonna tell you.
No, I don't want him to tell, I want her to tell
She
me.
says,
He
wait
was
a minute, I'm
laying
gonna
in
think
bed.
of something.
Oh,
was
she's
laying
gonna
in
tell you a
bed
whole different story,
at,
Dan.
upper and lower bed, and
Got nothing.
behold, that thing
Oh,
in the
good
wall.
Lord, I even
Oh,
remember
yeah.
this.
And everything-
You asked
He
for that,
was
you
there,
asked
and
for that.
he did, and
I just reminded
never
her.
about that thing the next
You
night.
didn't come up with that.
About that.
I
What
helped
are
a
we
little.
talking
I
about?
forgot about that.
I did it. Boing, 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 boing. Oh, no, that was all of us did that. That's when I would.
Got you!
Well, she didn't tell it to my
Got
kids.
you! It wasn't just
She said
one.
the worst thing I ever
She
did
says they
was
were
stomp my
pretty
feet up the stairs,
But,
and she made me walk
I
all the way back down and
Oh,
go
yeah.
right.
Through that
Yep.
little
10
bar.
times.
How many times?
10 times.
But she's got another one
She even
though.
made her son-in-law
A
do
few
that.
holes in the wall. What does
Okay,
that?
I wasn't that for slamming
I
the
can't
door.
go out the door.
You thought you were gonna get away with it all, huh?
They were little when
You thought you were safe from this,
What, get away with what?
Sam,
They're looking at me,
never did it again.
That was funny, Danny.
I will tell you, she will cover your debts as well.
Barb,
I'm
hold on, I'm just
Oh, I
gonna,
know.
it's your turn. Whittle
I
it
know.
down.
Okay.
We got Barb first right now.
Go ahead.
Barbara,
She was the last born.
Well, I'm always glad she had 12, I tell her that all the time. I can't think of anything out of, that would be as funny as some of these, but I will remember one where, that nicknamed her the Red Hot Hornet, because in 11th grade, my best friend Lori Anderson and I would ride the green Volvo to school because I was allowed to not take the bus anymore, and because she was second shift worker, I was able to drive the green Volvo, and that was huge because I drove a green Volvo to school. And she said, the only stipulation is if you're ever late, even once, and make me late for work, you are in huge trouble. Well, I took that as I would get in trouble, but I did not know the kind of trouble. So I had the green Volvo for about half a year and did very well, and timely got home, and she'd get her uniform and get off to Pleasant Ridge. And the one time, all the cheerleaders stayed after and started chatting, and the next thing I know, I said to Lori, oh, it's time to go. And she said, yeah, it's about 10 after 3. I said, 10 after 3! 10 after 3! Because she needed to be to work by 2:45. And I got in the green Volvo, and I drove from Fairview High School to our house in 1.7 seconds. And she met me at the mid of the driveway, and she pulled Lori out and threw her, and she threw me, and she threw our books. And she was an angry red hornet. And I was so scared of her, and I ran. You will never make me late for work. You will never make me late. Books are flying in the yard. Well, Lori and I were so scared. Yeah, I knew the rules. She knew the rules. I was afraid like you've never seen it. That night, Lori slept over a lot, and we went to laid in my double bed in the back room, and it was 5 to 11, and she got home at 3.5 minutes after 11. And we laid in bed and shook it and said, oh, she's gonna come in, she's gonna beat us with a broomstick under that cover. We were so scared. And we laid there and shook and shivered. And we heard her come in. Oh no, here it comes, here it comes. But praise God, those 7 to 10 hours that she was gone, she calmed down. She went to bed.
She was tired.
I was never late again.
her comment was that you knew the rules.
I knew the rules.
That was her comment.
She threw us out. She threw me out of the car. She grabbed my arm and I was screaming. I was scared to death.
Volvo that took out the tree.
Yeah, yes, it did. And I wrote,
Oh, no, this is one of your good ones.
write your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's the one that's in there.
Yeah.
You're supposed to pick her up at work.
One story
got in the
sparks
wrong
another,
car.
and you're
Yes,
making me
you
think
got
of
the story.
Audrey being late.
You got in the
Let
wrong
Audrey tell her
car.
story about being late and getting a
Yes,
ticket.
please.
Hey, let her tell
I
about
wasn't
the
so late,
tired
she
ass
was in the
whistles.
wrong. Go for it. Let's hear it.
Tell me a story. About her being late.
Which one, Chris?
No, she went and got in the wrong car.
Oh, the
He didn't
wrong
finish it.
car. Tell the story
I
about
got
ahead,
in the
tell.
car, and I was so deadly tired that night. And I sat down next to Doug there and didn't even look at him. I said,
Yes. Hilarious. Yeah, get her composed, because this is one of the funniest stories.
Yeah.
I was in trouble.
no, you came on time.
Yeah, you
But when I come out, I saw his car sitting there, so I went out and got in it. And I said, oh, Doug, take me home. My AS is so tired.
She said my ass muscles ache is what she said.
To a total stranger.
To a perfect stranger.
Yes.
She was fine until she
heard
told that
Debbie
story
laugh
about
like
her
crazy.
friend.
That's my
It doesn't even sound like that, and I looked over, I had one Dougie.
You were in the wrong car?
I was wrong car, just like this.
Wrong
With
son.
her coworkers.
So anyhow,
son.
I was getting good out of the car there, and this nurse that worked the same shift, it was her husband, she would come over to get in the car as I'm getting out. And well, the next day, all I heard in that whole place was, did you hear about Lucas going out with so-and-so's husband? I was so glad to see him come down the line and.
Many times already.
Well, I got one.
It's a good story.
You talk about her making her see red. I made her see red in a different way, and I'll tell you the story.
Oh,
I think I know this
that
one.
story, are
Go
you?
ahead.
We,
He's not gonna.
when shortly after she moved into Lancaster there from Fairview, it was about a year before we got our own place and got married, so we lived with Mom there for about a year or so, and one day I left for work, and she wasn't expecting me back, and I wasn't expecting to go back. I had to go back
Oh,
to
my
get
God.
some paperwork or something.
Shut the camera off, Dawn. Camera's rolling.
So I went in the house and the door was unlocked, and I just was gonna go in and grab my paper, so I was starting to walk down that hallway there toward the bathroom, and I was just gonna make a quick left in there into the room and grab my papers, and of course Jerry wasn't expecting me, and there she was coming out of the bathroom, and in the same way that the Lord brought her into the world. Naked she came into the world, and naked she goes out, and that's how I found her.
Now the rest of it.
And our story, our relationship was never the same after that. We had a very different
You
understanding
didn't
of it.
finish your story.
Very different.
And what was the finish of that?
Well, remember when I caught you?
I
Oh,
knew you
yeah.
were Shut that camera off.
That one very well.
Well, we don't need to get into the details on that one. We both seen each other red, so let's just put it that way.
I was wondering
End
when
of
you
story.
started talking, it was like
It's kind of like a look, and the eyes were down.
Oh, yeah.
You can get away with that. That's how
These
they
two
get around.
folks have seen each other
Mention about himself.
removed of clothes. It is
There
a
you go.
sad state of affairs.
Birthday suit.
Were they both trying real hard, real fast to get back into their clothes?
Absolutely, I can speak for myself.
I heard this story so many times, but the best was coming from this woman. When I heard the story about Barb.
That's what they're
and Mike.
talking about.
you don't
It
We don't need to get into the
need to
details.
explain
It was amazing. The story.
Tell his own story.
I could not quit laughing, and I still cannot quit laughing, and I won't tell the story.
Thank you.
I told my story.
Well, I thought
That was awesome.
Jump over there.
John,
That was-
resume
Take
filming.
a little bit. But I ain't telling the story.
Resume filming. He was mad, so he never stopped.
All our stories and bearing our.
I have a
sins.
similar story to Barbara's with the Volvo.
Yes.
I went with the nurses to a Christmas party and I asked Mom if I could use the car. As long as you're back at the hospital by 11 p.m.
yeah.
Well, at 11:15, one of the nurses says, "Hey, weren't you supposed to pick up your mom?" Oh my gosh, we were up on Peach Street in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Across I-90, down 98, and I'm shooting across 20 on the last lap of this Fear of God trip. I pull off, I'm like,
There goes 10 minutes right there.
cop comes to the window and said, "Quick, give me the ticket, I have to pick up my mom and I'd rather face you than her." And the cop said, "That's good. Slow down, slow down." I was late, she was.
You didn't get the ticket?
No.
Good job.
He started laughing.
He did, he started laughing around, he's like, "That's good. Slow down." And he left.
And you go in all kinds of ways when you're going to pick Mom up or take her to work. And
Oh my
there was this
God.
one morning with a 7 a.m. shift when
Oh, yeah.
Aubrey took Mom to work. and she didn't bother getting dressed
In the
because
pajamas?
you had pajamas. And she's not too good about the gas tank. For anyone who knows
Yeah.
Audrey, she would put
Yeah.
$1.50 in her tank.
15 cents.
It's a game with Audrey.
It's a game, yeah.
What's the game?
It's a game
It's
with
gas
Audrey.
roulette. It's called gas roulette.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gas roulette.
She's good again.
That's a good
And
one.
she did run out of gas, and she
In
was
front
in,
of the IGA.
and she was in her pajamas, and she had to go to the, I don't know, payphone or whatever to,
Can I have 10 cents? I need to call my brother-in-law.
oh yes, always call your brother-in-law.
Oh, yes, yes, please, at 1:30 in the morning.
You mean like when they're at the racetrack? Oh, yeah!
He came and got out of Wegmans here,
It was only 3 months ago.
So some things never change.
Okay, so I had the story with Audrey and Colleen, they went on a trip.
1:34.
And they were running out of gas, and there was
We
just
took
about.
part back to school. We took part
Yeah,
back to college.
Oh, yeah, so,
Oh,
they had to stop at the gas station to get gas. Well, I know, I guess Audrey walked in, she went to the bathroom,
We
didn't
got
give
coffee.
gas. They
We
went
gassed
on down the
ourselves.
highway, like 4 o'clock in the morning, and no gas in the car.
And
Yeah, this one's sitting there
Gas
going,
station to get-
oops, I forgot to get gas. And I'm like, we were just at the gas tank.
we got coffee.
She went and got coffee. So I'm
You
looking
got
at
coffee and no gas.
I see a truck
They were
coming
lucky.
along and all I can do is, I gotta get to work tomorrow, I can't mess with this. So I put my hand out the window like
I'm
this.
sinking
This
down.
guy pulls off with a truck and he's got the guns across the back of the truck and Colleen goes, oh my God, what have you done to us now? I said, I don't care what I've done, I gotta get to work tomorrow. So I got out of the car and I go over to the guy, I said, hey, we ran out of gas. And he's like, oh, no problem. I said, I'm trying to get to Emerald. He goes, me too, we're gonna go hunting. I said, oh my God. He saved us. This one. I'm telling you.
And I can tell how my mom will cover a debt for you. When you're
A
very,
what?
a debt, D-E-B-T,
I thought you
debt.
said a death. I'm like,
No,
oh
a
God.
debt.
I didn't hear about
Where is this one?
It's a D-E-B-T.
Okay.
I was on my way home from St. Patrick's School, and for those of us in that era, you know Aunt Sissy lived right in the back of St. Patrick's Church on 3rd Street.
Yep.
Not too far from Meacham's store.
We used to borrow $10 once in a while.
They would change money back and forth, and I was the
Ooh, I
carrier.
heard this one.
Yeah,
This is a good
I would
one.
take the money back and forth, so one day, I decided to stop at Sissy, and I told them I needed $10. So I got the $10, and then I took my friends and we went to Meacham's, and I treated them to all kinds of candies. Never thinking that someday Sissy would want that money back. So I was quite busted without knowing it.
And Sissy called it about 4 days later for it.
Where's my $10? And it's
I
like,
don't know
you know, I
you
didn't even
anymore.
put a mask on, she knew who did it too. I got busted big time. Oh, yeah, I was, but the kids loved me, my friends, it was great. We had a lot of fun at Meacham's. You could go a long ways with $10 if
Yeah,
you.
you bought some friends that day, didn't you?
I know, man, I'll tell you.
Sounds like you with the $5 you found, Mama.
The good time you had with the $5 you found.
Oh, let's hear this one.
You never heard that?
Oh,
We had some
she was
friends in the
just a
house.
kid, she didn't know any better.
Well, Kelly, he pulls his hanky out of his pocket, there was about $5 in the kitchen, and I saw the money drop, and I was gonna go get it and give it to him, and I thought, oh, I can use that, I can buy some stuff. And, it was all folded up, it was a $5 bill.
In
I thought it was
19 what,
a
30?
I was 7 years old.
Oh,
28,
that's right.
I learned it in
28.
1928.
28.
Yeah, that's like finding a
It was not
50.
Oh, yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow,
I am on the
I
age.
took my girlfriend,
Two of them.
I called my
On
two
two different
girlfriends.
days.
We went down to the store, went to the drugstore and bought cards, you know, cards that you send to people. And I bought them candy and cookies. Their mother had a restaurant right kid corner from our house, and they were my friends. And so then at nighttime, when I got back home, and they went home, they were gone at least 6 hours with me. And so when I got home, I told Sissy about what happened, and so then we were playing hide and go seek that night, right on 12th and Raspberry. I never missed that mailbox. I'm 10, 20, 30, and I felt something go like this, and there was the father of these two little girls. Where did you take my girls today? I says, well, we just went down and played around, you know, on 8th Street. He said, well, they won't eat any supper at all, and they're so full of candy. And he said, and I see in the wagon, you still left some candy bars. And I spent $2.50 of that, $5. And anyhow, I said, well, I found it. And he says, where did you find it? I says, I don't think that's any of your business. I
Oh,
found
boy.
it.
Oh, boy.
Red Hot Hornet.
Sassy Mountain investor.
And he said, well, that's all right, I'll go talk to your mother.
You
We're
went
all
around
shaking.
chips.
I called sister, said, we started walking down the street, got down the corner, she said, Jerry, you might as well go back, because if you don't, Mom's gonna get at you twice as much. She's gonna give you a big spanking. I hit, Jerry!
Time to go.
So, I,
Anybody heard this story before?
I've heard
yeah, I
that.
turned- I turned around and I walked back to the house, and I'm telling you, she gave me a beating. I deserved every bit of it. But that stick was that long and about that day, and I was dumb enough, I got over in the corner where the table's like in the corner.
She couldn't get away.
And anyhow, Rube came the next morning to see if we had found the money. And I said, I went out on the back step and I said, I didn't see it anyplace. Well, then when my mother come over, she says, Rube, she couldn't tell you the truth. And when I told him about what I did with the money, he get up in my lap here, Jerry. And so I sat up there and he's holding 50 cents in front of me. And he said, I'm gonna give you this 50 cents, but you have to promise me something, that you'll never steal again. My mother says, don't do that. And he said, back off, man, this is just between Jerry and I. That's the place I ever thought. I never stole from anybody, not even a penny.
Well, let's raise a glass here to Jerry on that note.
There
One of the most honest,
Yeah, a little bit.
genuine, God-fearing women that we've ever met, and may God keep her with us for as long as He sees fit.
Thank
Thank
you, Mama.
Thank you, everyone. This was an enjoyable birthday.
That's good.
You are the best, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Mom, we forgot to tell you, you have to wash and dry all the dishes for the whole week.
Danielle, let me tell you, I wash the dishes, but I do not dry them.
Wash and dry.
I put them in the oven,
And if they're not done right, you have to pull everything out of the
Everyone comes out.
Everyone has to come out of the cupboard, you have to wash them all.
Dishes, pots.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you
Yes.
Hey, her and Chris wash all the dishes. I in the
finished?
cupboard,
Yes,
because they washed one.
They
day.
were cleaning up
It
there.
wasn't clean, they put it in the cupboard.
Clean them all.
Empty the whole
All the
cupboard.
dishes.
Still daylight.
It was a legitimate way to get spring cleaning done.
You
took
ready?
all
I
the
think I'm
kids.
gonna put the rest
There, oh yeah, we've been going to write that phone for 30, 40 years. Yeah, 70 years.
I'll never complain about my life. I had a good night.
Do you have a good one?
And if I had to do it over again, I'd want to.
No, you better have tea.
I don't know. Yes, you do. It was my second spanking that you ever gave me. Two spankings and a bang cut. My second spanking she gave me two spankings and a bang cut.
Yeah, you were real good at getting us down and on the day trip.
The day trip, Gabby, I think you were there, but you left us early, and then you met us on Suicide Hill.
I'm the one that Nick was there too.
Oh, yes, we went down to the tracks and we
What went wrong?
went
Who did it?
east, no, west. And then we went west and west and west, following those train tracks. and-
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. First we went west and west, you went way east, you went by Niagara.
There was a difference.
I know, but first we went west, and then we went back and went east. We didn't just go on.
Oh, that was where I was going.
We went and got on the boats down at the public dock, we were hopping on the boats, we were checking everything out, and we were gone from, I think, maybe 9 AM till about 6
Till we got home and
PM.
got spanking.
And we did get spankings,
Oh.
and the whole neighborhood was grounded for 2 solid weeks, it was quiet around, and they stuck to it too. There was no early release on that one.
And that was when we had that open back there.
How about there was no fun in those 2 weeks? I mean, for crying out loud, we were fine. I remember Brother Dan catching back up with us on Suicide Hill to let us know how much trouble we were
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be in when we got home. We were starting to make
Did he
up our
rat you out?
excuses. I don't know if he ratted us out,
We
but I
just
know
have
that
been
he
gone
let
too
us
long.
know.
He didn't rat us out.
I'll tell you what, he
was
just-
being very concerned about the whole situation with a big pile.
It
I
was still going on.
wondered, but he wasn't with you?
He was with us in the beginning
You
of
mean
it.
he did something wrong?
Well, he went home at a reasonable hour and didn't get in the trouble we got in.
Well, he might have
Went on
done
this
this
whole
wrong,
big
but
trip
she
where we
never
all
knew
got
that,
lost.
so still.
Didn't count.
I admit it.
It was, we were grounded.
No joke, that was scary.
I think
Okay, I
he
did
was
something bad.
Oh, but you did go home before the.
Oh, I was
Thank you.
I wanted to we didn't mention Chestnut Street Pool.
Lots of.
That was the living
There's no
end,
bad
wasn't
memories with Chestnut Street Pool. That
Yeah,
was.
bad
I think there's no bad memories.
No,
Fixing that for you.
Ron Hogsdale was the lifeguard. Oh.
He was a jerk.
Says you.
I swam more than halfway across that pool,
And he didn't let you get cast?
and I turned around and went back. And made it. And he went, no,
And
you
that's
have
a
to
shame, that's
swim
not
all the
even
way
there.
across. And I went,
That's-
I
We
went
enjoyed
farther.
it. When I was a little kid.
Did you tell him that Kathy was your sister?
I don't know.
You should have. You should have. You should have named
No, I
it.
just remember, I always looked at it, he'd always make me stay on that end of the
Kathy said this Ron, somebody was a real punk that was a lifeguard.
You know what else I remember you used to do?
He wasn't, because he
I
done
was doing a
three-quarters of the
lifeguard
way
at that
across the
pool.
pool and back, and that guy didn't pass him for the deep end. And I said he should have told him he was cast.
Well, I'm glad we said that when Dan was out of the room. Yeah, you better hit the delete button.
He can't hear very well.
Thank God Dan was gone.
Mine,
5 more times, then you'll
you
have.
probably use it.
Well, I know where I got my love of baking is
Green, right.
when I was little, she would be whooping out all these pie crusts, more pie crusts, and I'd watch her hands just going and going, and then I'd go underneath the table and she'd throw the stuff down. I'd take a glass, and I was mom. Underneath the table with the pie crust in the glass, and making little animals and cutting things out, and every once in a while I'd peek out like this. How you doing down there, Mary? Making
He's a
those
good
pie
teacher.
crusts.
Remember when Mike Pamela, not Mike Pamela,
Hey, who's that?
Earl's boyfriend.
Oh,
Earl's
that's
boyfriend.
That's
not my old boyfriend,
Her old boyfriend.
My boyfriend was
Do you
Jack
want-
Myers.
You guys want me to tell you some stories about your mom?
Sure.
you have to decide, if you wanna be killed before or after.
I would never tell your kids, her kids, about the stories that I've heard about your mom.
Didn't have to do with the about who.
Because it was,
It was so funny, huh?
because
You have been warned, I just
I
want you to
have
know.
been,
You have been warned.
why,
Busted.
she is a very loving person,
I hear a butt.
very loving,
I never heard this story.
very loving.
How loving is she?
Come on, we need some
When-
dirt on
When
her.
we're alone, separately, I will tell you the story. When she-
Wait a minute, I wanna
because
hear it
she-
now, because I
No,
don't
you
know
don't,
what
Mama.
you're gonna do.
Mama, you know what he's gonna say.
Ah,
You know what we could do? If you whisper it to me, I'll whisper it to him, he'll whisper it to
There you
her.
go, that's the way
By the
we do it.
time
No
we get-
secrets.
I just wanna tell you that story, after effects of that story, amazing, fantastic, beautiful, unbelievable, and loving.
Yeah.
You know what? You better
The
watch
story
it.
that I that's all I
Oh,
know.
yeah. That's this.
That's
Whether
all
you're
I
older,
know.
it goes a year. you know.
Fantastic, amazing, and loving.
Yes.
And then you're gonna tell something else
But you
later?
tell you never had to do the dishes for a week.
Yeah.
It was a secret, it was a secret after I told the
I
story
don't
to
think he's
somebody
ever
else.
done the dishes.
But it was a secret now.
Wait, now, I don't know what you're talking about now.
Tell her, Dan. We won't listen, Dan. Tell her what it is, and we'll la 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 la. Go ahead.
I won't, I'm gonna listen.
I've got a story about my mother, what she did to me one time.
I thought it was gonna happen.
We had a cornfield out the back, and she'd seen some smoke coming out of it. And then she seen Danny walking out. And she put two and two together, and she know that Danny was smoking cigarettes. So Danny got to eat a pack of cigarettes.
Wow.
His mother was pretty brutal.
It still didn't help
We got
any, but
steak and
he still
peanut
got to
butter.
eat the pack of cigarettes.
Did you really consume a pack? Did you vomit?
Tell me about it. Yeah, I did. I did vomit after I ate the pack of cigarettes, but I did eat the pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
You know,
Not everybody can say that.
did it stop me from smoking cigarettes? No.
You said they were addictive.
You don't smoke now.
Is that telling
Gotta
you?
get wrong.
It's hard to quit, ain't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Danny, when a parent's making you do something like that you don't want to be doing, you got that cigarette, you go like this, and you just kind of like slide it off to the side. And
you
you
say.
oh yeah, and you and you just take each one of them and you make it look like, you're doing it, but you don't actually do
Is
that.
that you?
No, I never had that problem with the cigarettes.
Oh.
But Daddy did want me to pick up a piece of paper when Danny and I were
Do it
picking up the papers out in the yard. The
I
other
was
thing-
good that day.
Yeah, well, you got the little boot in the rear and he was telling me to pick up the papers with my teeth and I'm like, doggy, I don't think so. So I was doing this and making it look like, and I'm sure he knew that I wasn't really picking it up with my teeth,
It's
but.
not all true. It's not all true.
Pack of
You
cigarettes.
telling me you didn't get one of these when you were bent over?
Right.
She would have an axe.
It's a lot better to
She would have an
smoke.
axe, sit there and say for me,
They're just
watch this.
supers.
It was a camel.
And she would smile at me.
Straight. As I can tell you,
Then she would
only
go
little
out
will make it
loud.
longer,
It
okay?
might have been lucky.
Golly, and Dad would come running in and she would say, he hit me. And Dad, you hit her?
I don't remember that.
Then he would leave and she would go.
I remember one time
You
walking.
did it all the time, not one day, all the time.
One time I was walking into
You
the
knew
neighborhood
better
house,
after a
I was
while,
about
didn't you?
15 years
And the
old,
twins.
and I was, no, I think I was even an adult away from the house, I was walking in as I was hearing Nick just finishing telling Dad, Con did not get enough spankings when she was growing up. I heard him say that, I'm sorry, you guys.
I tried to take care of
I
that
stand
problem,
guilty,
but I
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
able to do it either. She didn't get off. I mean, she didn't.
Okay, back up.
Her thing was the spanking, let me tell you.
I know where we're going with that. Safe to
I left
say.
it alone.
Look at his
Guaranteed
face.
she's not into
Look at
that.
that face. Red as a beet.
Red.
Didn't I?
Yes,
He doesn't know the guy.
I kinda opened my mouth before the brain connected. It's a big
Oh
problem.
my God, yes.
She's just kidding. Good night, Brad.
You wanna catch it?
Oh, yeah, it
I
is.
remember one time.
It was
That's right.
kinda open before mouth, before brain connected.
You were tickling me and I was
Sorry.
laughing too loud.
My fault.
No, it wasn't your fault. I was the one laughing too loud. Daddy came up and he spanked us both. He
All I
spanked
knew
you
is
for,
Dad kept coming in the room and he'd go, he did it.
well, that one he spanked me on too. And that was the only spanking I ever got from Dad. And my Krillins were like out this far and it did not even hurt.
Say
So
goodbye to
nan,
her.
nan, and nan.
How about the decorated cake? I didn't do that. Oh, that was
That was
me.
Nick.
Oh, you had the cake in your hand, the decorate, oh, didn't you bring?
No, I was the one that broke the dishes too close to the end of the table, and she gave me the platter with the rose pattern on about 4 or 5 years ago, yeah, a few years ago. She opened up
That was
the
her.
drawer and said, here, I thought you might want this. I saw that and I just got instant goosebumps. It stood a mile high and just got that feeling all over again. But I have it in my china cabinet now, so.
Mommy, who came out from under the table? Was it Kathy?
Kathy, Dad told her, no, it wasn't Kathy. Dad told her to take the cake into the living room or in the dining room because he was gonna make one for me for Mother's Day.
The reason why they
That was
call
for
me
Mike
Grace.
Markley. And as she was picking it up and turning like this, Nick, you know, he's little, 5 years old, he comes from under the table and jumps up like that and the cake would.
She wasn't even gonna.
You remember that, Nick?
Yep.
He said, Mom,
And I remember
you care if I don't
spaghetti,
make a
too.
cake today, he says, I'm kinda.
What happened with spaghetti?
And he
Spaghetti
didn't
sauce.
make it for me that
Somebody
day.
spilled the whole damn thing on top of me. I can't remember who it was.
What was it, Nick?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti?
Didn't he fall
I
asleep
know,
in
you
it?
looked funny when you were little. Then I give you a bowl of spaghetti and.
There we go. Spaghetti.
And then he picked the spaghetti and he put it up on top of his head. He always had spaghetti hanging down on his head.
The one I remember is Easter dinner. We were all at church, and I remember you distinctly going, "The dog is in the house." The ham
Oh,
is on
that's
the
right.
table."
Yeah, I took the hand out.
I was too late, my bad.
Let it cool off.
Patches
We
was
went
in
to
there?
church.
Patches.
I left the dog in the house. I said,
And the ham on the table.
Hand on the table. Well, when we got home, the dog was standing at the door with his tail between his
The middle
legs.
of that dog was that big around.
He ate one of the hams. And when we come home from church, that dog went zoom.
Oh, yeah, she was out of there.
That was funny.
One of my favorite things to do was to, was it you I was telling that? She used to throw me out all the time, and I hated going outside. I was,
Yeah, she
and
had-
I
she
didn't
had all
understand,
that
because I
crochet.
was quiet, I just was taking up space.
Give me my book.
Yeah. So she'd throw us all out, and I'd go outside, and this one was, flipping and doing stuff that I couldn't do in a million years, and running, and so I used to sneak back in the house. So I'd watch in the window to see when Mom went around the corner, and I'd sneak back in and I'd like crawl over past the table and into the front closet, because I knew nobody would ever look for me in there. And I took the whole thing, slid all the clothes over, and I'd put my foot up on that side and my butt up on this side, and I'd climb and shimmy up. And I'd just sit like that and read my book and listen to you whistle. And I loved
She
listening
was
to
happy
you
the kids
whistle.
were outside.
But as long as she was whistling, I could tell where she was too. If the whistling stopped, that was a problem.
You mean you
You had
people were
problems,
scaring me?
Oh, no.
Depended on the whistle.
Nobody else. Because we're scared.
Well, he's swinging his golf club back and forth, and whistling that whistle, and then I come to the upstairs, we had an enclosed porch. I open up the window and, hey there, boy. And then we start going, huh? And then we just started
Swinging came in different
Yeah,
levels too.
well,
I remember swinging at that part
And that
one
turned out.
Evidently, that's what I heard.
Swinging
10, 12, 14,
several
15.
pans of,
Good job, Mom.
our picnic.
Oh, yeah.
What? You were saying about swinging, and I said the first thing came into my mind was swinging with happiness. Much happiness at Raccoon Park.
Oh, yeah.
There was a
Stackable, yeah.
bins that you had
The whole
macaroni and
picnic went on the ground.
salad in
Oh,
one,
yeah,
and potato
yeah.
salad in the other, and the happy sisters just swinging along on our way down to the picnic table, and all of a
One of those
sudden,
that you have that hand on there. You bring the other
Splattered
hand
everywhere.
Potato salad, homemade
All of
macaroni
it.
salad.
I would
Jello.
run all over Raccoon Park.
Bob's room.
She's there watching.
I would have said, who did that?
Colleen or you?
oh no, it was Barbara. I said
Oh.
carrying these stackables, I did them. What's new?
Oh my
Dan
goodness.
says I'm tattletaling, and I said, what's new? Some things never change.
Hey.
Have you ever known her to tattletale on you? Have you ever known her to tattletale on you?
Yeah, make up the thing, tattletale with.
How many?
Oh,
This is the first time I always thought you never got a spanking,
Yeah.
and I knew he wasn't perfect.
2 spankings and a bang cut.
Colleen, from the quiet gallery, we hear you are a very tough
Tough
babysitter.
babysitter.
She was vicious with a hanger.
I'm sorry, Joe. Hey, wait.
You wanna see the scars?
Excuse me. Come on, you guys, I've apologized to each of you already for that.
What did you apologize for?
For being a brutal
She
babysitter.
did.
A brutal babysitter?
I was a brutal
Hanger.
I was
Yes,
the
she is.
babysitter.
Brutal.
Brutal babysitter. I was the BB.
The
Hold
coming
on, Joe, tell me about the brutalness.
And don't have wire hangers in your closet.
Oh, wire hanger.
No wire hangers.
You
Mom
did,
used the
Barb?
ping pong
You were
paddle.
involved in it?
No, she was
Mom
not.
used the
She
ping
was
pong
nice to
paddle.
you.
Yeah.
Mom used the ping pong paddle, I used a wire hanger.
Yep.
You wanna see? I'll show
Who
you.
got it the most? No, she caught me sneaking out the front
Who
window.
got it the
You don't
most?
sneak out on my
No,
watch.
you sneak out on Colin's watch.
And
If you do
Colleen,
now, don't make no
excuse
noise,
me,
don't come back in.
Colleen.
Hey Nick, tell
Colleen,
what
open it
happened.
up.
Now, I was trained by the best. Tell what happens when you sneak out on your sister's watch.
Oh, wait, he's just 50 this year.
Oh yes, Chris knows what's coming up here. She's been very, very quiet over there. I remember laying up in my bedroom and hearing, "Sissy, stop her, she's killing me! Make her stop!" Okay, I didn't know what was being used. All I know is that I had to make him scream.
Yep.
So,
That meant you were
I
getting
wasn't
the point
down there,
across.
I got trained from the best, the oldest sister.
Chris?
The brothers screamed, when you guys screamed, I stopped.
Yep, that was the key.
Mom said
You had to scream.
she went
She's
somewhere
took too
and
long
said
to
to me,
figure that out.
make him stay in the bedroom, he's grounded.
It is.
Yeah?
So I set the ironing board up right outside his bedroom door, and I ironed clothes. And somebody came in the front door, "Nick's teasing me." And I said, "No, he's not, he's in that bedroom." And I opened the door, and he was gone. I
Yeah, boy.
went to see him go, see him.
She's reliving it.
Got the sorest butt in the house.
And remember, Sissy,
And then
He was
Aunt
mowing-
Sounds like you got a few of them, Nick.
Aunt Sissy came in the house and she goes,
a little bit.
"Have mercy, have
Yes,
mercy."
I'm hearing this. Upstairs in my bedroom. Sorry.
"Help me, my sister's beating me to death."
Those are the exact
She
words.
goes, "All right, Chris, you gotta lay off." I said, "No, I don't."
And thus I learned how to punish when it was
Right.
on my watch.
Oh, she was taking down notes.
Joe, did you get that one like that from
Change
Colleen?
hands.
Did you get it like that from Colleen?
Well, see, I didn't know what was being used.
Did you get beat like Chris did, Nick, from Colleen?
It wasn't too shabby, was it?
No, she's good with it.
Oh, she makes her point go across.
Oh, yeah,
go
yeah,
well.
the point is across.
That's the only time I ever did that, though, that I remember.
That's the only time I ever heard it.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, your turn.
Yeah, she did.
I heard it.
Berserk on me.
you know the feeling, huh, Nick?
But
I never
then,
hit the
after
mic.
that,
Did
I
I ever
became
hit
immune to spankings.
I don't think
Immune to it, huh?
He was
Yeah.
immune to
Just like I
spanking.
yelled at him
Dishes
by
night
his
came.
sibling.
thought he did it to Doug.
It was Colleen always followed me, and then dishes night,
And guess who got the
I would go, hell no.
I faced the best, man. I can take it, right?
And I think, well, you get a spanker. You're spanked.
Colleen dishes.
Colleen ended up doing dishes for
Thus, I
3-4
would rat
years.
him out for
because I was just
getting, I would make up
spanked.
rat him out for whatever. I did the rat out.
Remember that, Mom?
Well, I remember
Oh,
all these things well.
Are you,
That's how the days went so fast.
are you able to handle all this? You know all this?
Well, there's some things I found out.
You better be careful with her, Dan, when you take her out, because she has this way of making people do stuff. What she'll do is she'll say to you, "Oh, that's such a nice job you did on that. Why don't you do this for me?" I put a new roof on my house, and she looks and goes, "Oh, that's such a nice job on yours. I need a new roof."
Got it?
We get the stuff and bring it over. That's how it works.
Well, you're here.
He says, "I'll give you a hand." Nick comes along, and I said, "Well, I already got the bottom border done. Go ahead and put the black felt all the way up." He says, "All right, I can do that." So I get partway up with the shingles, and as I get up there, there's this lump under the black felt. I take the knife and I open it up, and the hammer is stapled underneath. Thanks for the help. So Joe comes over and he says, "I can help you better than that." When they come, they take the roof and they put the shingles all over to spread the weight. The Fairview house had a shed that was nice and flat. It was an addition.
Nicky
Joe
did that.
says, "What do you want me to do?" And I said, "Well, we're already working up to the top now that I got the hammer out. I'll only have enough time to do the shed over the dining room." He said, "Okay." I'll take the shingles off the dining room. Well, the bundles had been put all over to spread the weight. Joe picks them up, takes them over to the flat shed, and piles them, one on top of the other. One on top of the other. I took a break. I went in the house to get a cup of coffee. Pretty soon a kid comes screaming, "The roof is falling down! The roof is falling down!"
All you were doing was making a neat pile.
The whole shed is coming down with shingles.
You asked him, he told you what to do.
Right through the hole.
So if she says to you, "I need a new roof,"
Don't do that.
Wait, oh wait, no, I better not say that, I'm kinda sad. I was gonna say, she did say we needed a new roof and we got one and that fellow passed away.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Who
that's
passed
right,
away?
yeah.
The fellow was
And
making
the
the
fellow that
roof.
was gonna
Ed
do
Kitsy. Nikki knows him.
Yeah.
What was his name
Ed
again?
Kitsy.
Ed Kitsy.
Yeah. Ed Kitsy, he was
Oh, I
Ed
didn't know
Kitsy
He
in
was
the
the one
house
that
a
put the
couple
roof
years
on
ago.
it. And the day that he got it done, I mean, it's supposed to
No,
come
he
back.
didn't even get
No,
it
he never
done.
started.
The day he was
Oh, yeah, he was
supposed to
supposed to
start.
come back. He
Gutters,
says,
it was
"I'll be here
gutters.
tomorrow."
Gutters,
And
yeah.
in the afternoon, I don't know, she
That's
called
Barbara called.
him, and his sister answered, and she said, "Oh, he passed away last night, he's 54 years old."
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Okay,
perfect child.
okay, Joe, we gotta have another one from
He did
you.
the gutters. No, we had
You've been
somebody
so
else.
quiet all night, we gotta have another one from you.
He knows when to keep his mouth shut.
Go, Joe.
Well, I do know one thing I always enjoyed with our judge, and that's sitting down at the waterfront with her with hot fudge sundaes and orange sherbet.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, going down the peninsula, sitting there, looking over there, and you're telling me about how you and Dad used to skinny dip over there.
Oh, well, now you learned something. You knew to tell it to the quiet child, huh?
He'll never say anything.
The waterworks. And you were
What
the
else
hot
did she
fudge
tell you,
sundae
Joe?
and she was.
Come on, spill it.
Well,
Turn the camera on.
I don't think it's cut off.
Where you go from there?
Scotty shut it off.
Hey, perfect child. Perfect child. We know there's only one in here. Perfect child. Hey, perfect child.
What?
Dan. You are a midget. You are a midget.
Who's that?
The perfect child.
Oh, yeah, that's right, he is.
The midget from Mazdi's chased him all the way down.
Remember when he came through?
I do remember, yes. So was the midget. And right on into our very kitchen, this guy chased
Okay,
Dan right into.
seeing as we got 10 of you here,
Oh my God, he chased
who
me
was the perfect child?
up the driveway.
Wasn't me.
Bart?
Everybody in
Was it you, Joe, Nick?
What's going on here?
What's your definition
I'm
of
perfect.
What is your definition of
The one that didn't get in trouble.
There is your perfect child. She admitted to it.
Oh, she is? We're voting
Not
here.
this. He wanted the perfect child to stand up.
Wait a minute. Oh, Dan is upset. I can see it in his face. He always thought he was.
He thought he was.
Yo, there's one thing that I learned in this family. That Dan and Colleen were the most.
No!
Who was the best? Between the two.
I thanked
Oh,
Dan
that's
for
when
my
they
good
played
grades
games, and I
already.
just threw the game out.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, but he made up the rules. I was like, 30 years old. He
Troublemaker.
didn't make up his own rules. I was 30 years old.
I heard it from two sides now. I've heard it from Colleen's side and I've heard it from Dan's side. Who was the best?
It's always.
And I haven't decided
years
yet.
later, we're still.
We both are.
Anyone want to vote?
We both were.
Barb? Between Dan and Colleen, who was the best?
Oh, honey, I'm Switzerland over here. I'm sticking,
Mary?
I'm sticking neutral.
The best. Dan or Colleen?
Best at what? Thinking they were the best?
The most
We
perfect.
both were.
the most
I'm
That they
Switzerland.
thought was the most perfect. I'll put it
American Idol
better.
going on. That they thought was the most perfect.
He thought he was the most perfect.
Joe? She
She had wire hangers.
She had hands.
What did he have?
His mouth.
She chased me down through the fields.
No, now wait, I have
Let him finish.
stipulation on this one. Colleen was until she turned about 13 or 14.
Yeah, then I guessed.
Then she started following Nick's.
And that was when I got the bang cut.
Chris,
Oh, puberty.
Chris,
So I didn't look
your
so
pick,
old.
Chris.
I was married out of there.
You were married in
I didn't live there.
Doug,
I know what you're talking about.
Cheryl Clingers.
who,
You were
I know
on
what
Phyllis Clingers.
You took the
I meant she was
who did you think that they thought was the most
Cheryl's
perfect?
truck.
Who was the most perfect?
No, who did you think they thought they were the most perfect?
Oh, they both thought they were the most perfect.
He's a split.
That's why they're still at it.
Good answer, Doug. Kathy,
Is that your final answer?
who did you think they thought they was the most perfect?
That's the deal.
You were the mother.
Is that what he's asking?
Yeah.
He's asking between Dan and me who is the
They
most.
both have Irish names. What else can I tell you?
Are they,
You know Daniel is an Irish name,
Are-
Daniel.
I like them though.
you loved them both.
And that's why we love her so
And
much.
she never
too.
says anything about it.
You were right in the middle there, weren't you?
I was.
Well, why don't you ask the one who knows the best? Right
They were.
there, right?
You would be the best
You were
team.
right.
I didn't have
They
them.
were the easy casting back in the
That's
time,
true.
Mickey Collie Daniel.
Okay, who do you think was the most perfect?
Remember? And do what? And we play store.
Here's the big one. Hold on.
I know. Story about the baby.
There ain't nobody sitting here, Mom.
And she thinks that's just perfect.
You're all perfect.
She loves us all the same.
She
told
I would
me
do
with
that.
her, and it's a true story.
Yeah.
If I had to do all over, I would do it the same.
Yes.
Exactly.
You hear that?
Thank God, I'm Barbara.
Ladies and gentlemen, she would do it the same. She does not have no,
I don't have any pets.
She loves us 6'4".
she loves you all identical.
Top to bottom, from beginning to like the end, I'm like.
Your bad points, your good points, they're all
my mom would say.
perfect.
What bad points?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You know why that is? Because you guys are hers.
Right. And they better remember that. Even him.
Even though you caught him naked. And he caught you naked.
That's good, like on days. That was an accident.
That would be.
So was his.
Mike, you're
Yeah, it was accidental.
Look at you getting red.
You can stone me
Can't make
anytime.
me
You're
ready.
closest to
Which thing
it.
are we doing?
Which way is the best place?
This is my camera, I wanna get it. Mike's gonna take it.
New York.
See what I'm saying?
Are we fitting in or do we need to squeeze?
Everybody, face left.
Okay.
Just a little tighter maybe on the ends.
10 to 12.
Turn sideways.
Let me look there.
Give Barbara the end.
There we go.
Why don't you put Mary up front? Put Mary up front. You're trying to dog. There you
There we
go.
go.
There.
Chris should come in, like, Brianna.
Bring Colleen out too.
Yeah, that's all right. I was.
Okay.
Okay, that looks good there. Okay. Hold on now. Okay, all right, here we go. First of many here. 1, 2, 3, go.
Velveeta.
Let's do another.
Got ours too, Mike.
Keep
The
it
next
coming.
one say prunes.
1, 2, 3. Bruni.
I heard it was dirty
Hold on
diapers.
now.
Okay. That's what the old Mills guys said. Dirty diapers.
Yeah, we're exactly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Couple more.
One more.
Mike, is that ours?
Yep. 1.
Maybe that's where his camera's go.
Oh, get that. 1,
Tracers.
2, 3, big one.
Big. See the tracers?
Oh,
Joe, come out from behind Barbara.
Keep it right
Two
on.
flashes, two flashes. Here we go.
Okay, do
1, 2, 3. There we go.
Very good.
Awesome. Green one is Danny's, Mike.
Okay, here.
Here we go.
I can't see Colleen's head. There we go.
it.
Move Colleen
All
up.
right.
Move Colleen. Listen.
There. Good.
Hey, Joe.
Okay. Alrighty, 1, 2, right here, everybody. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Let me get everybody this direction. I need Joe out and Audrey out a little bit.
Right, you guys have to move out some so you can see it.
You're on John TV.
Yes, you are. Smile like you love me. Yeah. Bye, Grandma.
Hi. Hi, Adrian.
Yeah.
How old you are,
Can you see Joe?
I can.
I like to take care of him.
Looks like you have a Siamese head behind you.
58.
There, it's better. This video, I could take a picture out of any of these frames, so.
Oh, okay. So you want us to all do what, turn around?
Yeah. Rotate left, rotate right.
Jack, call us the white X. We go down that dirt drive.
I've been done since I was over there.
And turn yourself around.
Let's go.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
I'm way up.
This is the hardest part of the meal.
Very good.
All of them can hear, so they all turn around, and none of them turn around.
Okay. Before you go, he had to say cheese, and all of a sudden he says, no, it's hard right first. Her mouth went down. I know, can you imagine?
Like that.
Right on out there,
Oh, look at this picture. I like it.
Cheese.
I want copies of that. I want copies of that.
Oh, you won.
I got a bucket.
It's his turn.
What's the two?
Hang on to her.
Chilly day, so I gotta get
Just a two.
Really do take some of, I'm gonna run into things they're getting.
Don't sing till I come back.
This is like doing Santa Claus.
I'm glad you finally got it.
Pictures with Jake. Sit on her lap. Yes, if you would get over by like where Deanna's there and then take it.
Nice turn to look.
Marissa's gonna get one of Doug and Mom together, okay.
No, no, no.
Let me do one more.
Okay, we're getting a dirty diaper here.
Stand, Macaulay.
Dirty diaper.
I'm being a dirty diaper.
You
Not letting go. She's not letting go.
Do I look straight?
Come here.
Stay right there.
I don't know whether it's
Stay there when Danny gets done.
Right there, he's gonna take you guys along first. Okay, Marissa's gonna take them along real quick.
Okay.
You stand.
Okay, Marissa's gonna do it.
We all stand together.
We did that
Say
already.
cheese.
Smile, lovely people.
It was never there, it was always here.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
My turn.
You're in.
Yeah,
You're up.
I didn't hear a lot of what was said,
Mom.
and I was really upset.
See, she did it again.
Okay, now look at Marissa. Thank you.
Okay, you want
Okay,
Dan?
Dan, you have it.
Mom, too, I thought you were.
Okay, Graham.
The wall was coming up.
Judge.
He told nice prayers. He said,
Would you please?
Oh, wait, she moved.
he told
Okay,
me not to like, baked it last
Too hard.
Reload. Okay.
I remember when.
You have to wait for it to come back up.
Yeah.
The one you're gonna want is all you
Yeah,
see is
it'll
the
He
no.
got that doll that had the cake for a dress decorated.
Perfect.
And
Barbara.
Watch, hold on.
She was attached. Okay, thank you.
Did you want to get the rest of the?
Yeah, then, or, well, actually, okay.
Come take your picture with Grandma.
I'll go get her.
Let me put this on.
Oh, no, I told him I knew it.
Might get a shot,
They were
huh?
wonderful.
Oh, are we gonna sing there?
Okay,
Let Danny go first and then I'll go.
put that cheese on. Grab her breasts.
And John's doing this for the internet now.
Hold on 1 second, because I'm all just shook. I didn't know I was getting an individual picture.
That was good.
Wait, look at him first.
There we go. Come in a little tight. Oh, you're looking good, Mom. 2 flashes now. The second one counts. Here we go. 1, 2. Look at that. All right.
I don't know how many flashes. I'm just taking your picture. Okay. Uh-oh. Hey, Con, the light is not there.
Good to go?
No, because there's no picture at all.
Oh, I don't know. Mike, you look at that camera and see.
Colleen,
It's our camera too, so.
What?
We have the exact same camera.
there's no picture.
Oh, well, we can
Right in there. Go for it.
All right. Why is there a menu?
Look right in there. Forget about that. You
Okay.
gotta look in there.
the book yet. I want to see that.
Tell us when.
Oh, very nice.
We were looking at those.
Did you take it?
Yep.
Did you sneak in there?
Yeah, now we did.
Out of there.
Okay.
Christine, take your picture.
Don't cut
She wants one alone, she said.
Oh, okay.
The cheese stands alone.
We gotta eat it.
Oh, I forgot about it.
Ready? Okay.
Christine's.
Chris's turn.
You come hold her up.
Yeah. I want to.
She needs a.
She's good.
You're literally a support system.
I thought I was kidding.
That's
Just
right.
I want to light them because I.
And then give me
We're booming each other to death.
Okay, my
Run
turn.
over here, mommy. Nick.
Okay, sweet people.
No, not yet.
Okay,
don't need
good.
too much space for her flow.
Mia, Nick.
Nick?
Oh wait, let Nick go first.
Yeah.
Cause she's doing one person at a time.
Oh, okay.
All right, this is my
Let
mama.
Danny go first. Age before beauty.
Sure, yeah, peanut butter. Can't smoke
Yeah.
He's coming. Right now, he's
And
coming.
then Mary too, when you married.
Okay.
All right.
You go, Nance. I wanna get your picture.
Didn't you have a turn?
Wait, do we need to get it? Okay. Stop it! Out of control.
Nice one, ladies.
I like that.
What is going on over there?
Do a nice smile. Oh my God.
Okay, you take a nice picture.
You have been fed.
I'm waiting. My clothes were going out of style.
It's all done back there.
I know.
Very nice.
We all survived, that's amazing.
Mary.
Bring it on.
Nobody else. So this side.
Not yet.
And no crying.
That's right, I mean, no,
I remember doing that. I think it was.
Joey.
You
Joe.
didn't get the vote.
You're on the air.
You can zoom in and out,
Right.
right there.
I wish I had.
Zoom in and out.
You mean to
Fudge Sunday.
Go in and out, zoom in and
Yeah,
out.
Zoom.
Sure, we're good.
Actually, let me get one of you in my mother.
But even when you take it digitally, you can change.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it, you know.
Right, but it's sharper zooming that way than zooming all the way when you go to down, if you want to.
That's a better one.
Very nice.
Okay, guys.
Hey, Danny. You missed me.
Geraldine. Wait. I didn't get one. Wait. Oh my God, stop it. Thank you.
I wouldn't mess with her.
He said he already got his.
You want to do both of you together?
No, I want to do one. Because
Sorry, pal.
she is
No,
not,
just there to hear it.
she is not my mother-in-law. This is my second mom.
We can't argue there. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outstanding.
All right, guys. I said you want to do it together. She goes, no. Okay.
Out of the way, that's.
You done more than
I don't know. We're doing that.
There's nothing I could say.
Nothing I can
I think she
do or
does.
say.
I got you. I got you.
Come back here.
I got you.
Now it's your turn.
Wait, I have to get you.
I got it with smile. And I got it with smile. All right.
Okay, Doug.
How what?
Doug, do you
What?
get your picture?
What?
taken?
Yo, you're in
Everybody's
the
gonna have to
Go
raise
ahead.
their- Oh, go ahead.
I'm up.
That's a sweet, sweet one. Do that again, do that again. Do that again. Do that again. Forehead.
Scoot over that way just a second. Thanks.
Mom, I really didn't do it.
Okay, people, this way, right here. Graham.
Right there, watch your hand.
I did.
You got in there?
Yeah, I'm just getting tired.
Everybody.
You and Mary Beth and Annie get in with Adrian, I'll take one before she.
Okay, but do we get all the kids first?
Oh, yeah, all of the kids, yeah.
Are you sure? Colleen, did you take a picture with her?
There we go.
Scroll through and see if we got everybody together.
You know what I think, maybe the very first.
Trying to get out of the way.
Oh, dude, I didn't mean to knock that over.
I think I need one.
You couldn't.
Right over here, Mommy. Yeah, nice, real nice smile.
And I don't know my camera.
Okay,
stay
right here.
Stay there.
They do it until someone does this.
All right, well, here we go.
Joe?
Okay, let me look through that.
Hold her out.
I did, Jordan Reese is gonna take everything, and the first one, we got the picture with Doug up there. So I'm gonna have a picture on my camera.
That's better.
Danny's elbow. Wait, okay.
Danny, did you get? Do you No, but I'm saying, did I take a picture of Danny? Is he out here?
You did.
Oh, yeah.
The three sisters, right? Let me get your picture.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Back fell off. Keeping it the way you were. Watch your keeping it that way because.
Nice save.
Marisa. Marisa.
Some of that glue on there for
You gotta stand over there. Well, you know what?
Yeah, but
though?
it's easier to get her face.
She can't stand over there with the back of the cake fell off.
Oh, you know what? I turned it off.
For the years.
Oh, did the back of the cake come over here?
Yeah.
Because the cake
Does it taste good?
started to get wonderful. That's what they were looking at it.
Want to sit down?
I got the last one.
What do you want?
That's what your name is.
Are we ready?
Put the lights down.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom. AKA. Happy birthday to you. Do it, do it. Go, 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 go.
It's your birthday.
Jen, got it.
Good job.
Cake fell off, the back was dim.
Oh my God, it's.
That was like a Florida
They're like all them pictures of the ball.
Tripped.
No, I did that on purpose.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I did that on purpose. I was
You
faking.
can eat the picture?
You know what she's thinking? I'll help you get rid of that.
Maybe I'm gonna have a birthday this year, maybe I'm still next year. I'll be 85 next year.
I got Joe and Sharon.
85 and holding for the next 10 years. 85 and holding for the next 10 years.
I'd rather be like, turn the numbers around, like 58. I was still dancing when I was 58. You need a wet cloth.
I knew your cousin.
They're bringing some more.
She'll tell you.
Very nice. On the count of 1, 2, cheese.
No, thank you. I get no to take all the time.
Are they like wanting like?
Really, my stomach kind of feels like I kind of like.
There you are. That are or are they actually
Full plates and forks.
Oh, I'm sorry, people, sorry.
Who said that? Grant, my mom?
Hey, Doug, guy. You guys are all posed up. Line up this way. Look out, Reese. Reese.
That's what it was.
I'm sorry. It really was the
Hug up again.
I know. That's why I did it, because I didn't
It's video. Wow, is this hot?
It's amazing how
Hey, make yourself invisible.
Hi, honey. Oh, look at the color in this camera.
I don't remember what I caused her this stress.
And a baby sister.
Hey, Dan, the button on top is soon.
Who done this?
The button on top is
Oh my God, it's horrible. Give him the hat back. Oh, it's hideous. And it's something to enjoy.
Oh, what?
Mary Louise. You want to open the door when the door
Oh, you're just like your mother. You're just like your mother.
I know. I don't know if I can do
Excellent. Hi, honey.
My sister did theirs very like
I don't even.
I'm making a portfolio. This is hot.
You probably want another spoonful of broth.
So because at first I saw her get her master's and so I heard, oh my God. Yeah. But I thought about it, like, at first I wanted to bring in it wasn't one of just you and me. Yeah, it probably is. I thought about it and I said, it is. So what day? For me to get a minor.
You were real close. Want me to do another one?
There you go.
I got the whole thing.
The whole conversation.
Sorry.
No.
Close his mouth.
I know, it'd be better to, it would be easier to like major and acting and minor and directing and then get a directing major. Get a page for your directing math.
That's a good idea.
Because it's easier.
Yeah, for you.
More people take directors that have an acting background.
How could you do the same thing?
In Hollywood right now.
Look at that.
You can't make it. So you can get it in here.
When it happened, he was 17 years old and a half years old. The waitress was trying to open a wine and the court got stopped. Even if you're not like a professional, you have an acting background and she asked Stacy if he would help her open this wine. So he's 17 years old at the time, now he's 18. But I'm alcohol, but he's 17. And when I go to ask when I get pregnant, I
missed the one.
Well, you have to go tomorrow, I can see.
Sis would lift up her skirt. Sis would lift up her skirt.
Lift up your skirt,
What a family.
Yeah, John, you know.
We had no feeling in his thumb.
How much money would you have?
These are nice. I want one of these.
I know.